The private Iraqi Banks Association met. They've made a decision to stay focused on using electronic payments for even the gas stations. One of the things that's going to take care of is extracting small category notes off the street. It's working, citizens are opening accounts. Question: in the past you said if the dinar comes out at $3.22 you'll dump all your dinar in one shot. Do you still believe that? Yeah, because look at my age, this December 20th I'll be 69. At my age, if it comes out at $3 something, shoot, I'm going to exchange all of it, because at my age I don't want to wait another year or two to watch it go up. Why should I gamble for it to go into the 4, 5 or whatever range? I'm happy with 3 something. I'm ecstatic with $3 something because I make money with money. I don't use money. If you don't understand that statement, then you might be in trouble with your stewardship. They have a cut sheet in banks and stores showing these 500 and 250 dinar notes. These bills were printed in 2018 by De La Rue. They have been preparing for this for many years. I would not be flying to Iraq to make the exchange. I'll be flying out Iraq to make the change. I'll go there, pick up some money and come back to US. That's what I will do. For those of you who can travel to Iraq, it is best to deal with your money matters in Baghdad or Erbil. When the currency increases in value, some of you may decide you want to travel to Iraq and it's not a big deal. Wrong. It is a big deal. Yes, you see YouTubers traveling through Iraq, but it's not that simple. The moment you enter the country with a US passport, your life can change instantly. The threat of terrorism, armed conflict, kidnapping and violent crime. This is the State Department's standard comment in travel warnings. What the State Department is really saying is, if you get into trouble, we do not have the resources or the network of people to get you out of trouble. This is why we recommend US citizens to not travel to Iraq. Doesn't it make a great bridge, a functional currency when the rate changes? Suddenly it RVs and a $250 notes goes from 0.19 cents to, let's say, $25. That is a massive change in value. I have some pretty excited folks from Iraq who say this is it, and now all they have to do is release the even smaller notes which they already have. There is no reason to release those notes unless a revaluation was happening soon. And they expect it to be done on or before Victory Day, December 10th. This $250 note being released should have you all excited. I have a number of confirmations with people on the ground in Iraq that they are seeing some lower denominations in Iraq. They are seeing $500s and $250s, they have suddenly released a large number of them into the market. They are functionally pretty useless right now. With the current pricing right now of the dinar, the $250 dinar note is worth about 0.19 cents US. The $500 note is worth about 0.38 cents US. Why would they suddenly release into circulation so many of these bills? Why do you need a bunch of notes only worth 0.19 cents? You don't? Real effective exchange rate, that is not the nominal exchange rate that we see. The one we watch is called a nominal exchange rate. We get 1,307 dinar for every dollar. What is a real effective exchange rate, RER? The weighted average of a country's currency in relation to an index or basket of other major currencies. It's making a comparison of goods sold. They're trying to see if they are competitive against other countries. It's not the same thing as a nominal exchange rate, an officially announced rate. The central bank sets the exchange rate if it is fixed. It doesn't set the exchange rate if it's floating, which is determined by supply and demand. One is dealing with goods sold and the other is dealing with the actual exchange of one currency for the other. The monetary position in Iraq is very excellent, At the present time, in terms of controlling inflation and the high adequacy of foreign reserves, which enables the central bank to remain stable, defend the exchange rate, and achieve monetary stability, despite the circumstances surrounding the country and the region, indicating that the reserve covers our needs, and this is what distinguishes the Central Bank of Iraq compared to other central banks in the region. A report specialized in oil and energy news stated that the maximum sanctions campaign planned by US President-elect Donald Trump against Iran may extend to Iraq, which is considered the second largest oil producer in OPEC, and is known as a stronghold for oil smuggling, which will also harm China, the main competitor of the United States. A report by the SB Global website, translated by Shafak News Agency, was based on statements by three sources familiar with the ongoing discussions, adding that imposing secondary sanctions on Baghdad, like those imposed by the United States on Iran, would threaten Iraq's oil production of more than 4 million barrels per day and about 3.6 million barrels per day of exports. The report quoted Bob McNally, president of the Washington-based consulting firm Rapidon Energy, as saying that Trump's measures could target specific entities and individuals linked to Iran, including the state oil marketing company SOMO. According to the sources, the exemptions from sanctions imposed on Iraq to import Iranian gas and energy will be ended, which will have dire consequences on Iraq's ability to generate electricity,